An unforgettable face. Alright, so now we are into the episode. Woo! Sango putting in the work. Kilala going in for it. Woo! Kilala putting in the work.
Don't worry, Kohaku. I'll never let Naraku take you away from me again.
Yeah. You know, even though this is a trap, I was kind of hoping that this wasn't a trap, but it's not because I didn't want this bad situation to arise. It's because I felt like it was a little too obvious. I feel like this was a little bit, this plot twist was a little bit, it was a little too in your face, you know. Then again, it's also kind of a dumb complaint. You know, things like that happen in real life. You know, people fall for stupid things. And I think that's probably a theme being displayed here. So it does make sense. It's not a negative per se, but yeah. I think I don't feel even that special for knowing this. I hope she dodged that. Because Kilala is the one who heals not Kilala, I mean, she's the one who heals Inuyasha, Kagome. So, you know, if she gets injured, that's a little bit of a problem, you know? Hope she doesn't get injured. But he can't hear. He's stuck on Kagura. I'm like imagining the voice actors on the mic right now to make those noises, and he's like, and he sounds so constipated. He sounds literally like a constipated zombie. You know, I really think that it would have maybe even been better without those monster voices in the background. Do you guys get what I'm saying? Hold on.
Inuyasha, we must keep Kagura and her demons distracted as long as we can. Sure, I'll do what I can. Kagura! You need to bring a whole army just to capture one puny kid? Fine by me.
Yeah, she was right. That was overkill. And in this scene, she looks like she's drawn a little bit smaller. She doesn't look drawn like complete. Looks drawn kind of like a kid here.
Straight into Naraku's trap.
I'm tempted to sneeze.
You must follow through, Kohaku.
I'll try not to sneeze.
Isn't this just so convenient? Might as well slaughter you all while we're at it. Don't you worry now. I shall personally take your head, Inuyasha. Dance of Blades.
Just as a warning, guys, I might sneeze at any point in time. Or oof, she's actually damaged. I might sneeze because I'm trying to hold back the sneeze and I can't do it. Like my eyes are watering right now. It was like I want to sneeze so bad in it, but like I can't do it because I don't want to, like, you know, go back and edit too much because I'm gonna upload this. But like, yeah, man. I know she's gonna be fine. She's gonna survive, but ooh, come on.
Kohaku, please.
Yeah, he's just a puppet right now.
What happened to him? Why did he change all of a sudden?
You see it in his face. He's just a puppet right now. Oof. He's literally wearing the Saitama okay face. Like right now, he's literally wearing that face right now. I don't mean to joke about this situation, but the art is kind of making it's kind of making it tempting not to joke about that. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I sound like a douche here, but like the art in this scene, I think, is because the way his eyes are drawn and everything, it literally looks like a Saitama okay face. If you guys probably know the meme I'm talking about. If you guys watch anime, I'm sure you guys know about it. I know she's gonna survive, but question is how. Is she gonna hurt Kohaku? I don't think so. Might try to distract him, but Sango is gonna go intervene here. But I'm not happy that you even laid a finger on Kagome. He's restraining himself. He doesn't want to do it. Yo, he has some really strong willpower.
No, Kohaku.
Please make Naraku fail. Please make Naraku fail. Please.
Kagome! Kohaku!
Oh no, Kohaku might take his own life, I'm thinking. I highly doubt that Sango was going to be able to kill Kohaku. Something leads me to believe that Kohaku is going to kill himself. Something, like, in some way, shape, or form. He's either going to sacrifice himself to save them, or he's going to kill himself with his own weapons or something.
Kohaku.
Or rip the shard out of his own body.
I knew it. You're still... Are you okay?
It's going to be a deep cut. With those skinny...
alright.
With those skinny... No, you can't say that. With those skinny arms... Like, I'm sorry. Like, something makes me believe, like if you just poke Kagome, she could, like, potentially break in two. And I'm not into BBW porn, so don't think I'm exaggerating. But yeah, like, something tells me that if you poke Kagome, she could, like, break in two, and that slice does not look healthy for her skinny arms. It just not look healthy for her at all.
It's not that serious. Kohaku.
It
Kilala.
probably could have been more serious, but he probably was even restraining himself back then and decided not to cut all the way through her. At least that's how I interpret it. I don't know.
You stay here with Kagome. You must be in a lot of pain. Sango, I'm okay.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Poor Sango.
It makes sense.
Wait a minute. I hope she's not planning to...
There's two
Planning to what? What does she mean? I know there's going to be some obvious answer. I'm going to feel really stupid for not knowing it. Ooh, but it didn't cut him, right? Did it leave a cut?
Why don't you draw your sword, Inuyasha?
It'd be a waste using the Tetsaiga to kill the likes of you.
Burn! Alright, so I'm not worried for Inuyasha at all.
He must be using his claws because he's still not strong enough to control his Tetsaiga. What a brilliant idea!
No, I don't know if it's really that brilliant, but you know, I think there are other ways maybe he could have used the... I mean, even if you're having the sword by your side, even if it's thin, I do think that it does... Even if it's a small area, I think that you could use the sword potentially as something to block a certain attack or whatever in some way, shape, or form. So, I mean, I don't know if it's really a smart idea, but, you know. Yeah. I'm not worried for Inuyasha here. He might get hurt, but he's not gonna die. He's like, fool. Oh my god.
That's why you're using
Oh,
your sword.
come on, Shippo, you snitch. Ah, I love Shippo, but come on, man.
I'm gonna silence you once and for all.
Yeah, now he has to prove her wrong.
What's the matter, Inuyasha? Seems you're having an awkward time of it with your sword.
Damn, it's still too heavy to wield easily.
It's interesting the way that they drew him biting his lip.
We must keep those demons believing that Kohaku is hiding inside the hut.
Ooh, smart idea, Moroku. Woo! Paper bomb. Yo, but this is taxing on him. Gosh, he probably can't do it all. Oh, this is bad.
Niroku!
You should pay more attention.
That's what I'm talking about. Use it as a shield. He's probably still gonna get a little bit cut though. Oh, that looks disgusting. Oh, 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 oh.
was empty all along. Very clever. You fooled us into thinking Kohaku was inside.
Yeah, that.
You're not going anywhere.
How does it feel? Suck it.
Fight is far from over, Kagura.
I really wish that they would just kill Kagura. I know they.
Don't be tricked, Inuyasha! What are you talking
What?
about? We thought it was Kohaku that Kagura and the demons were after!
What?
So why is it that none of them are going after him? Maybe this whole battle was staged from the beginning, and we were the ones who were ensnared in their trap.
What?
What if it wasn't even Kohaku that Naraku was after? Kagome! She's taken Kohaku into the forest. I knew it! Naraku still has Kohaku under his mind control!
You're only
What?
realizing that now.
I know that, but
Probably too late.
Damn you! You used Kohaku to get to Kagome.
hold on. Okay, their art it just fell off. I mean, we've seen consistently. I mean, we've seen. I thought he was biting his lip before, but he wasn't biting his lip. It's just the way that they drew this. The teeth are overlapping the lips, and the face is disproportionate. I don't know. The way that they drew this, the art just, woo. The neck is short. The face is a little too roundish. On the it's a little too round on the left side. If you're looking at the screen, I don't mean Inuyasha's left. I'm talking about like us looking at the screen from on the left side. It's a little bit too round. You know, the art kind of fell off a little bit at certain scenes in this episode.
Correct. That girl who can use sacred arrows. She's quite a nuisance.
They're aiming for her. Yeah. See, my jewelry just like got caught up in the Apple charger. But oof. What I was gonna say here was, usually Naraku does some stupid things, to be honest with you. Like, sometimes I'm doubtful that he's a genius. But this is one of those circumstances where I have to say that he did a pretty smart thing here. This wasn't that dumb. This was kind of smart. This was thought out. It wasn't per se. It wasn't the most well thought out thing in anime by a long stretch. But you know, this was fairly well thought out. Fairly. What about the bees? The bees aren't. Sango got rid of them. Yo, Moroku is badass when he's not being hindered by that. Oh, it's hurting him now. It's taking a toll on him. I know he's not gonna die here, but like, the question is, later he might, and I hope that doesn't happen.
Sucking in the poison insects.
Oh, he's sucking in the poison insects. I didn't realize that. Stupid me.
Inuyasha, go and
Oh.
rescue Sango and Kagome!
That is bad.
On it. Thanks, Moroku.
This is gonna take a lot out of him, I think.
Don't die.
No, you don't.
Don't move.
Shut up, Kagura.
All I have to do is turn, and I'll suck you in.
Yeah, how does it feel, you bitch?
I'll pass, thanks.
Yeah, take that. Oh, wee. Run away, coward. Ooh.
Moroku, are you dying?
No time to waste. We must hurry after Inuyasha.
Yeah, sure.
I'm pretty sure he's not gonna die, but later on he might, and I'm afraid of that.
Damn that kid, acting like someone who wouldn't even hurt a fly.
It's not the kid's fault, yo. It's
Kagome.
Naraku. But now he's messing with Kagome, and now that, you know, at that point you're messing with Inuyasha's girl, man. You know, you're not. He might not let you live for that. She's not gonna go hurt Kohaku and like hit him with that. I'm pretty sure. Is he gonna attack her or feel shame?
Moroku. Inuyasha warned me. You haven't escaped Naraku's grasp after all. You came to hurt Kagome. And to steal the shards of the sacred.
No, but why is she? What I don't like about what she's doing here is that she's, well, it does make sense. Actually, this could help because she's putting guilt in Kohaku's heart, and this can cause Kohaku to snap out of it, potentially, even if for a moment. So this does make sense, driving at the guilt in his heart. As twisted as that sounds, it is purposeful. I was going to say that it isn't, but just a change in thought process happened. Now, what I don't like is that I think she actually believes that it's Kohaku doing this and it's Naraku controlling him. But then again, it's probably better that she thinks that Kohaku here is that his lack of willpower is possibly at play here, because if I think she's a person who thinks the truth will set you free, and I think that this being able to drive at Kohaku's guilt in this situation is the most sensible thing to do.
Jewel, why should I let Naraku keep controlling you? I'd rather
Kill him.
Kohaku, don't move. Let me free you from that demon.
Oof. Can she throw the Hanzo against him though? She should be able to. I think she's holding back. I think she's holding back.
Kohaku, I won't let you die alone. I'll follow immediately.
Oh, you're gonna kill yourself too? Oh, come on now.
I'll be right behind you, I promise. Let me end it.
Oh man, ooh.
Kagome!
You got goosebumps, but they weren't good goosebumps. They were
Inuyasha,
sad
you
goosebumps
have to go after Sango. She didn't seem like herself.
Kagome.
because she thought that she was gonna kill herself.
Didn't he?
It's not that serious.
It's not Kohaku. See what I hate this. What? Inuyasha even knows better. He should know better because he's the one who proposed the idea that Naraku set it up as a trap. Why would you even think that? Like, Inuyasha, come on, man. You know it's Naraku and it's not Kohaku. Come on.
Wanted to. He could have, but he didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't have a chance to tell Sango. She might be planning to kill Kohaku.
Okay. I understand.
He was so understanding right there. You compare this to the beginning.
Kill Kagome, even though he could have. Does that mean he disobeyed Naraku's orders?
Yes, he did. He has a sense of his own free will right now.
Then he still has a will of his own, even if his mind is being controlled.
Yeah, he's still self-aware of his actions to a certain extent. She can't do it though. She's gonna hesitate.
Kohaku!
He's gonna snap back into his senses.
You're embracing me. It's kind of embarrassing.
Why are you so shy? We're siblings. Kohaku, stay here. Don't leave me anymore. You're my brother. That's why. Kohaku, you're my one and only little brother. I'm going to kill you. Then myself. It's my only choice. This is the only way to free you from Naraku. Forgive me, Kohaku.
She's not gonna do it. Inuyasha's gonna interrupt here. I'm pretty sure. But
I'm going to kill
still,
you. Then myself. It's my only choice.
he might kill
This
himself.
is the only way to free you from Naraku. Forgive me, Kohaku.
Oh, I'm not happy about that. She's not gonna do it, but still. I just don't want to see her cry, is what I'm talking about.
Stop, Sango!
That's what I'm not happy about. No, stop it! Stop it! Okay. So go after him. What are you doing, Inuyasha? Grab him. Incapacitate him.
Inuyasha, why did you stop me?
Don't be stupid. Killing Kohaku will only accomplish one thing. It will make Naraku happy.
True. Both of you are stupid.
Kohaku, come back here.
Both of you are stupid. What is telling him come back you're gonna do? Kagura's probably waiting in the bushes waiting for him. I knew it. I knew it. I knew Kagura was gonna show up. For fuck's sakes. I hated an anime when they literally just wait there with their finger up their asses doing nothing. Like, oh, I hate that. Like, they should have been going after him.
Kagura.
As commanded. Kohaku shall
That's like... That's one of the most common symptoms, or rather, I'll call this the One Piece syndrome. Okay, One Piece always does that. You know, something just like a maneuver just takes a whole episode to happen. Well, of course I'm exaggerating it here. Inuyasha is a lot more fast paced than that. One Piece is way far off from Inuyasha. Inuyasha, I would say, is fairly fast paced, and there's less like talk no jutsu. But you know. Sticking in one place, man, that does get me on my nerves when they should just immediately head into action. Not all the time. You should always, also think too before you move, but still.
Urukagome. Kohaku is unable to defy Naraku's orders.
Oh yeah.
He did.
Inuyasha, why do you think Kohaku has lost his memory?
That's obvious because Naraku is controlling his mind.
Duh.
Part of it. But it's also because Kohaku himself doesn't wish to remember.
That makes sense.
Such awful memories.
Yeah, the slaughter he doesn't want to remember.
That's enough! Don't say anything more in front of Kohaku!
I really want to beat the snot. I know, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for all the extreme feminists out there, but I really want to beat the snot out of Kagura. I literally want to beat the snot out of her. And I'm not exaggerating it. I straight up want to OJ Simpson her. Okay, I'm just saying.
Damn you, Kagura.
Kohaku didn't want to remember. So Naraku granted his wish and erased his memory.
Why are they even letting her speak? If they want her to shut up so bad, it makes sense to not even let her get a word in. I'd be like, shut up, I'm moving in. I wouldn't try to give her a chance to speak. She might try to attack, but it is what it is. She's gonna do it either way you take it. Unless someone else heads there to the battlefield. But Moroku, Shippo can't do anything. Moroku's out of action, and so is Kalala's able to fight, but so is Kagome. So everyone's out of action, and Koga's not around. So
It's so easy to manipulate someone who's a blank slate.
don't. Why did you? All right, he grabbed him. He grabbed him. Don't grab him by the shirt. Grab him by the neck, somewhere that you can actually pull him. If he wants to rip his shirt off, knowing Inuyasha and the strength that they have, they can break rock. I'm pretty sure Kohaku could just rip himself away, even if his shirt rips. I feel like Inuyasha should have grabbed him by the back of the neck or somewhere where it's harder to escape. You get what I'm saying?
Remember Sango and the Demon Slayers.
Or grab him by the shoulders or something.
Inuyasha!
You're gonna remember every last detail. Do it if you want to live.
Stop it!
He doesn't want to. No, you stop it. You stop it. You stop it. If he wants to live. I feel like Inuyasha is the right person to enforce this on him. You stop it. But I don't know. But then again, that's her brother. She knows her brother more than Inuyasha. But still, I would be doing the same thing that Inuyasha is doing. Although I wouldn't Inuyasha is right there in the middle of the battle. He's directly in the center where he's in closer distance to Kagura. If she gets through to Kagura mentally speaking, Kagura could potentially jump back, and of course rip his shirt off as Inuyasha's not grabbing his like other more plausible areas. He could jump back and go over to he can go over to Kagura, Iswaya, to grab Kohaku and jump back so you can go where Kagome and Sango is, so you're at a farther distance and it would take longer for Kohaku to reach Kagura. You know what I'm saying? Like, and in that longer time that it would take, you can of course try to prohibit him from moving back towards her. So I don't quite understand why Inuyasha just stopped right in the middle there to do this. He should have pulled Kohaku back. They should be focusing on grabbing Kohaku and escaping with Kohaku. Now, of course, he might be a trouble to hold down, but right now he just seems out of it. I think this is the perfect chance to wrap him up. I'm just saying, and just like tie him up straight up.
The only way to free him from Naraku's control.
And this might sound twisted, but break his arms or his legs, which of course if they're the bones, they should heal back anyway within due time, even if it takes a long time. They should break like the parts of the body. I'm not talking about major parts or like his whole arm. I'm talking like maybe his hands that he uses to pick up his weapons that he typically utilizes. Break maybe at like the wrist or something. You know what I'm saying? Break the wrist, make sure that it's immobilized, and then bring him back somewhere. You get what I'm saying? He can't pick up his weapons with his feet. He's not like that. He's not going to pick it up in his mouth. He's not Zoro. You know what I'm saying? So
is to get him to remember everything he forgot. Naraku will eventually kill him anyway to take the sacred jewel shard in his back.
You always see the worst in people.
and he let go of him. Oh, okay, I'm triggered. I'm triggered.
Think twice about forcing this boy to remember everything. His past really would destroy him. Let the poor lad die in bliss, freed from all those terrible memories.
Killer boy. No, not gonna do it. Ooh, no.
Kohaku.
Okay, listen. I think everybody shared fault in this situation besides Kagome. Kagome was beasting, yo. Like, she was on her game. The only time that she messed up was when she stayed there and let Kohaku attack her in the shoulder. When she just was asking Kohaku, like, what are you doing? Maybe at that point she messed up, but that's not too much. A lot of times in anime, real time moves a lot quicker, so, who knows? Again, in anime time, anime time and real world time are two different things. So maybe that scene was moving a lot quicker than what we were seeing. Now, I mean, Inuyasha, man, he stood there and wasted time to talk to. He should have just grabbed him and brought him back to Sango and Kagome, where they could have potentially kept him in track. And I highly doubt that he would have been able to break out of the hold. I mean, Kagome is a human, so she can't put up a fight, but Sango can. Sango is pretty strong, I think, physically. So I mean, Kagome has spiritual powers. Sango doesn't really have. I think she does have maybe some spiritual powers, but I don't think they are spiritual powers. I think they're mostly physical. Like the idea of her, it's physical and it's based on her equipment itself. She's kind of like the Ten, I think, of this series. She has certain weapons that she can use, but of course it requires a certain amount of force to throw her boomerang. Now, of course, her boomerang could also have a certain sharpness that helps it cut through things and everything, but I still think her strength is a big factor here. So I would say that Sango has a certain amount of physical ability that makes her a worthy foe. If Inuyasha, who's very strong, we know he's very strong, not as strong as Sesshomaru, but he's pretty strong. I think he's the most capable fighter out of everyone in this whole crew right now, by a long shot. Inuyasha holding the kid down, and Sango, I think logically speaking, I don't see him being able to get out of that hold. Maybe if he uses certain techniques to kick their legs and break their bones and like in their legs or something, maybe, but I still think that they should have like of course they wouldn't do this because they're too humane. But like if it was me, I would have broken his hand or something. Like, that sounds cruel, I know, but it would have got the job done, and his hand would have healed up anyway later on. So, and I'm sure they could find someone who is, because this is the world of Inuyasha, I'm sure they could find a healer or someone who could heal Kohaku, in general. So,
Not again.
again, they both handled it wrong, I think.
Sango. No, not again.
Damn, you and your brother are a real pain.
Inuyasha.
Hey, Sango, maybe this will make you do things a little differently next time. Naraku ordered Kohaku to kill Kagome.
And it was obvious. It was
You
obvious.
see, Kohaku didn't carry out his orders. And that's because he still has a human heart. That's why we can't kill Kohaku. We have to take him alive. Got that?
Exactly. This is showing her that what Inuyasha is doing is he's giving her constructive criticism. This isn't just criticism to attack her. And so I like what Inuyasha did just now. He showed her proof, like, no, I'm constructively critiquing you, and you need to be able to take this critique to develop in general. So I appreciate what Inuyasha was doing there. He's more right in this situation. A lot more right, but yeah. It's the Big Bad Wolf's song.
Kohaku, remember that I spared your life. I also erased your terrible memories for you. And yet you still failed to kill Kagome.
Oh, shut up.
Why's that? Kohaku.
Oh, stupid advertisement. Boop. Who cares about the stupid advertisements? Screw you, Adobe.
Do you wish to become human again? Then do you want your memories returned? All of your memories?
No. No!
Okay, he's literally putting him in like a Tsukiyomi right now.
Fair enough. I'll let you live. For now, forget it all.
Okay, I hate this. I really want Naraku to die now. Imagine this. If I literally want to like O.J. Simpson, Kagura, imagine what I want for Naraku. I'll just leave it at that. We're talking about
Yes.
some medieval stuff. Again, the art is the only thing that makes me not take that face seriously. The art is just, it's too Saitama-like. This is just going to be probably a short review, but, I mean, or afterthoughts really more so. Great episode and everything, but I was getting very triggered, and it wasn't completely at Kagura. It was at Kagura, but it wasn't just at her. It was also at the way that Inuyasha dealt with the situation. He dealt with the situation in terms of like reasoning, I think, on a certain level. I think he handled it correctly. He understood the situation a lot better than Sango, and it's not like he was like usually Inuyasha has a very closed mind. So when we saw Kagome warning Inuyasha that Kohaku is still capable of, I mean, he still has his own human will inside of him, that he's not a complete puppet, or as of yet or anything. He took what she said to heart, and he understood it, and he showed he understood in a very mature way. The way he, like, that word, that I think that hit everybody's soul when he said, okay, like, that was like shocking. You know, Inuyasha is not the type to really do that as much. He understood completely, like this was almost, I think, well, it's not really almost, actually I shouldn't compare this to like Meruem, you know, Hunter x Hunter and him understanding whatever. I shouldn't compare it to that, but still, this was still a very impressive moment to me, at least the way that I interpreted it. Now, where he failed again, to me at least from my perspectives, was he should have grabbed Kohaku and just, you know, deuced out of there. I'm not saying run and not pay attention to Kohaku, because Kohaku could still potentially, you know, throw strikes at Inuyasha. He could still potentially, you know, I don't know if he could call back his weapon or whatever, but if he does something crazy, he could probably still attack Inuyasha while they're carrying him. But we also know that Kohaku is not going to leave. I mean, yeah, Kohaku is not going. And Kohaku could leave without Kagura, but Kagura is not going to leave without Kohaku. And at that point, I think it's smarter to also get Kagura out of the way and directly attack Kagura. Now, they may not be ready for that smoke, so I shouldn't also put those claims in, because maybe Kagura has some abilities that she has not displayed as of yet. But I'm also doubtful to that. I'm sure she's probably like on the same level as Inuyasha right now. It's more so a situation, I think, of a probability. You know, one or the other might win at certain different times in certain settings. However, if we're talking one-on-one, now, of course, Inuyasha would inevitably win because he has, you know, that demonic form of his. And something tells me if he had went into that form, he would have dealt with her real quick, and she would have blitzed out of there. So, I think that they should have risked it, and they should have either taken Kohaku without breaking his bones, and if Inuyasha gets put into a dire situation, then for once let the demon come out, and he's in the presence of Kagome, so she might be able to calm him down. Or they should have, which I think is even better, they should have just maybe broken the bones like within his hand or something like that, or even his fingers, even something maybe even less is like his fingers, so he can't pick up the weapon, you know. And I think knowing Inuyasha, he could probably do that very easily. Now Sango wouldn't like that, but it's for the benefit, I mean, it's for the greater good. I think that she would eventually have to understand that, and she doesn't seem like a closed off mind person. She was willing to kill him, which is a lot more severe. So I think, I mean, if I was under control, I'd rather someone break my bones than kill me. I'm just saying. Now torture becomes a different situation, but we're not talking about torturing him. Okay, that's what Narako is doing on a mental level to him right now. She also didn't want Inuyasha to say the truth, and that's another thing that I did not agree with. I think that the kid needs to, of course, it's hard and it's not realistic to say, oh, the kid just needs to grow up. You know, being someone who's outside of the situation, it's easier to speak when you're not on the inside or dealing with his situation. And I feel like the creator of Inuyasha dealt with, I feel like not just creator of Inuyasha, but the creator of every series tends to handle series from their own perspectives. And knowing that, they put themselves in the shoes of their own characters a lot of times. Sometimes they analyze what if they were someone different, how would that person handle it anyway. But I think inevitably, a lot of it still is coming from our own perspective regardless of what. So typically, unless you're like a psychopath and you don't have a perspective necessarily on how you would deal with certain experiences that can be considered traumatic to other people who maybe are not, you know, psychotic in nature or whatever. Now, she should have been, I think that she would likely have been fine after the fact of Inuyasha breaking the kid's fingers or even hand or whatever like that. I don't think the feet are that necessary because Inuyasha is tall enough, I think, and so is Sango, to carry Kohaku without Kohaku's feet reaching the floor. So I do think that they could have restrained him. Now, the next thing I was going to talk about was that, man, Moroku, I'm kind of worried for Moroku because something tells me, like, I don't want him to die, but they've been, I don't know, a part of me is like, Moroku's not going to die because he's been shipped with Sango so many times, and to me, it doesn't seem like, from a storytelling perspective, that it would be the wisest move. The way that things have been going and set up, and the vibes that Inuyasha gives off, this isn't a completely nihilistic anime. This isn't like that. So, from all of the different things that I've been gathering from this anime, it's not the type of anime that's gonna just kill both an important character who potentially in the future may become extremely important who has been foreshadowed to have a potential future relationship with Sango. It doesn't seem plausible that they would kill off that character, and on top of that, kill her brother, and have that happen within a short span of episodes. I don't think that they would do that. It just doesn't seem like it would be a smart move, and it seems like it would also be a move that would piss off the fan base. And yeah, so due to that, I don't see Moroku dying. But at the same time, I do, because I see all the stress that he's undergoing with using his wind tunnel. There's a lot of stress that he's undergoing, and he's putting himself in more stress by sucking up those bees. Now, I imagine next episode we're probably going to explore the effects that the bees have on Moroku. Inuyasha has already had a visit from, I forgot his name now, but basically his sword's creator. He's already had a second visit from him. I wonder if Moroku is going to have to get a second visit from that other person who when healing him. That may end up happening. Now, Naraku, man, I don't know, man. He really pisses me off. Both him and Kagura, I just hate them so much. Kana, maybe not so much. Kana, I don't know why. Like, Kana doesn't seem anywhere near that bad at all. Sango and her brother are going to meet at some point again, and I'm pretty sure her brother is going to meet his demise the next time, because the next time that we meet, they might go over Kikyo, and I see them killing her brother, Sango's brother, a bit before they kill Kikyo. Or who knows, they may pull in Ito Tensei and revive her brother, but something tells me that that's not going to happen. Something tells me that the brother's going to somewhere along the line end up killing himself because he can't live with the trauma in a certain sense. That would be very depressing, but I could see them pulling that off. You know, he's very young, although his sister can handle it, so I don't know. It's very debatable too from my perspective. Anyway, guys, I think that's all I'll leave the review to right now. I don't know how long this review was. I kind of lost track of time. But anyway, guys, I hope you guys had a great time. Hope you guys keep on having a great time. Love you guys. Stay awesome. And peace out.
So, until we meet again, stay gold.